Why is it harder to fall in love as we grow older? It was raining in Seattle that day. The kind of gray, persistent drizzle that seems to settle right into your bones. I was sitting in our favorite corner booth, nursing a lukewarm latte when Sarah walked in. She didn't look like herself. She looked like someone who had just survived a high-stakes interrogation. She sat down, dropped her bag, and let out a long, heavy sigh. "Janna," she said before I could even ask, "I think I'm done with dating, seriously." She told me about the guy she met the night before. He was perfect on paper. Stable job, good education, clear ambitions. But the date felt less like a meeting of two people and more like a job interview. "He asked me about my retirement savings before he asked me what makes me laugh," she told me, her voice tinged with frustration. And I caught myself doing the same. I spent the entire time scanning his personality for red flags or any signs that he might be a waste of my time. I looked at her, and I saw a reflection of something we've both been feeling lately. We were sitting there, two women in our mid-20s, analyzing love like a business transaction. Somewhere along the way, we had replaced possibility with precaution. "Is this what we've become?" I asked her. She didn't have an answer, but that conversation stayed with me. It made me realize that we are so afraid of being hurt again, so terrified of losing another piece of ourselves, that we've stopped looking for connection and started looking for guarantees. There is something strange about getting older. When we were 20, we could fall for someone after just a few conversations. A text message could make our heart race. A simple date could brighten an entire week. But somewhere along the way, we became more mature, more stable, more experienced. And somehow, falling in love became much harder. Not because there are no good people left, not because love disappeared from the world, but because our hearts are no longer as untouched as they once were. I remember sitting in a coffee shop one evening. The place was crowded, friends laughing, couples talking quietly across the table. Near the window sat a woman by herself, her phone lit up every now and then. Messages, calls, people reaching out. Yet most of the time, she simply stared outside. She didn't look lonely. She looked familiar with loneliness. And somehow, I think many adults know that feeling. Not the absence of people, but the exhaustion of starting over. The exhaustion of opening your heart again. The exhaustion of hoping again, only to risk losing it all once more. When we're young, we love with hope. As adults, we love with memory. And memory is often much heavier than hope. Every heartbreak leaves something behind. A little less innocence, a little less trust, a little more caution. Eventually, we call it maturity. But sometimes, it's just pain that has learned how to stay quiet. There was a time when meeting someone new felt simple. The first question was, do I like this person? Now the questions sound different. Are they emotionally mature? Are they financially stable? Do we share the same values? Can this actually work long term? None of those questions are wrong. Life teaches us to be careful. Experience teaches us to protect ourselves. But sometimes, in protecting ourselves from pain, we also protect ourselves from connection. I once heard someone say, "When I was younger, I was afraid of failure. Now I'm afraid of starting over." And I understood exactly what they meant. Young people fear losing a relationship. Adults fear losing another piece of themselves because they've experienced what heartbreak feels like. They know what it's like to wake up and realize someone is no longer there. They know what it's like to spend months rebuilding a life around an absence. So when they meet someone new, they don't just see possibility. They also see risk. The strange thing is, the older we get, the more we live in the future. Love, however, only exists in the present. A first date happens, and before anything has a chance to grow, our minds are already racing. Could this become serious? What if it doesn't work out? What if I get hurt again? What if this ends exactly like the last one? We place the weight of an entire future on something that has barely begun. It's like placing a stone on top of a seed and wondering why it never grows. Maybe the reason adulthood makes love harder isn't because we meet too few people. Maybe it's because every time we meet someone new, we bring too many old people with us. Old heartbreaks, old disappointments, old promises, old fears. The person standing in front of us is new, but the voices inside us are often very old. And sometimes, those voices speak louder than the present moment. But perhaps growing older was never meant to turn us back into who we used to be. We don't need to become naive again. We don't need to trust blindly. We don't need to forget what life has taught us. Maybe the challenge is something else. Maybe it's learning which walls still protect us and which walls are only keeping us isolated. Maybe maturity isn't about building stronger armor. Maybe it's about knowing when to take it off. If you're still alone today, if you've ever looked around and felt like everyone else has found their place except you, I hope you know you're not as alone as you think. There are countless people carrying the same invisible scars. People who have loved, people who have lost, people who have been disappointed, and people who are slowly learning how to trust again. Not because they're certain they won't get hurt, but because they realize something important. Living your entire life in fear is far sadder than getting hurt while trying to love. Maybe love isn't late. Maybe your heart simply needs a little more time. And perhaps one day, when the right person finally arrives, you'll realize that what you've been searching for all along was never someone perfect. Just someone who makes you feel at peace being exactly who you are. And sometimes, that might be the most beautiful definition of love. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really hope these words found a place in your heart. I look forward to sharing more moments like this with you in the episodes to come. See you again soon, and take good care of yourself. Bye!